Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Telit webinar, How Cellular IoT Drives Smarter Solutions and Greater Productivity. I'm Amanda Flink, the head of global events here at Telit, and I will be moderating our webinar today. Before we start, we'd like to understand your connection to Cellular IoT. So if our audience could please take a second to fill out our poll question, which you'll see on your screen now. Now let's get to know our speakers for today. To explain this topic, I'm pleased to be joined by two speakers. First, we have Omer Raviv, EMEA Senior IoT Specialist at Telit. And second, we have David Ezer, CEO at GateTel. Just before I hand it over to Omer to start the presentation, I have a few quick reminders. I would like to encourage our audience to interact by posting questions. We will have time to answer some of those at the end of the presentation. You can simply submit a question by posting in the box to the right of the slides. Also, please be sure to check out the resources section in the upper right-hand corner of your screen for some additional information. And finally, we will send out a replay link to all attendees at the conclusion of the webinar today. And with that, Omer, I'll hand it to you.
Thank you, Amanda. And I'm happy to be here in this Telit special webinar. So we named this webinar, How Cellular IoT Drives Smarter Solution and Greater Productivity. Isn't it what we all want? A smart, fast, end-to-end IoT solution with great productivity results? Well, as you know, not always it's so simple to cross that IoT bridge, right? So let's start to cross this IoT bridge. Easy to evolve. Sometimes, due to technological changes, like moving from legacy 2G, 3G networks to the 4G of CATM and narrowband, we need to adapt and evolve. Those low-power, wide-area cellular technologies have their own requirements and constraints as well. So actually, we need to do the right choices. For example, choosing the right protocol to use and still have a fast time to market solution. Maintaining your devices to a simple maintaining and reducing the total cost of ownership. So through the whole life cycle, we need to have control on our devices, to have a remote advanced device management, for example. Supporting big scale projects is also a challenge to overcome in order to have successful IoT project that can be scalable and sustainable. In a few minutes, we will have a short brief on Telit IoT solution that will help you to cross that IoT bridge. Those services will enable you to have fast, secure IoT end-to-end solution. And of course, we will have GateTel to tell us about his use case and project and how he used our services. Let's move on to the next slide. IoT success starts with the first mile. Indeed, that first mile of IoT that connects your things, your field assets, your edge devices to your backend application servers is critical and must work properly in order to maintain your line of business. Actually, to keep the data flow from the devices at the field to your application servers. Telit is an IoT enabler that provides those three critical elements in that critical communication link. We have the Telit cellular modem, of course. We have the cellular connectivity, which is the SIM card, and we have the advanced cloud-based IoT platform, which we called OneEdge. All those three elements are under the same Telit roof, as Telit is a veteran one-stop shop with vast IoT experience that can assist in your IoT project. Now, let's take a look into the following slide. Actually, this slide and numbers talks about roadblocks and reasons for failure in IoT projects. This information was created based on Microsoft IoT analyses and surveys that they conducted with worldwide leading companies. You can see in the top high level some very interesting challenges. For example, complexity and technical challenges, lack of knowledge and resources, high cost for scaling, etc. Well, to tell you the truth, in Telit, we were not surprised with those results. We are already familiar with those challenges very well, and therefore, Telit worked along the years to provide to our customers and partners like GateTel unique solutions and services to overcome those challenges that you see in this slide. We are able to overcome those challenges. One of the solutions is our IoT platform, OneEdge. But before talking on the Telit OneEdge, let's see the challenges in a deeper, higher technical resolution. In here, you will see more practical, technical challenges. We call it customer pain points that exist in every IoT project. I'm sure you are familiar with most of them. Costly to scale, complex to connect, difficult to maintain, easy to hack, slow to roll out. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with most of those pain points. As I said, we are familiar with those pain points, and we manage to solve and address them with the Telit OneEdge. So now on the yellow bricks, see how Telit OneEdge address each of those pain points. So with the Telit, you can have a zero-touch onboarding. You will have a very fast implementation. We have a smart connection, sophisticated and advanced client in our modem. Everything is integrated with a security built in, and so on and so on. Let's move to the next slide. So Telit OneEdge solution, practically is actually built from a Telit modem, a cellular modem, that have inside a special Telit software Lightweight M2M client that with zero effort can connect securely and seamlessly to the Telit IoT OneEdge platform. On the left side, the OneEdge actually has 5 main elements. The first one, as you can see, is the full device management capabilities, which includes, for example, zero-touch onboarding, remote provisioning and configuration, monitoring and troubleshooting as well. And the last feature that we have under device management is that we are providing a FOTA server to our customer. So in a zero effort, they can do a software upgrade from remote to the software of the modem. The second element is called edge logic. In this element, we can define, or you can define, the customer can define and set your edge application inside the modem from remote. It means that you can connect from the cloud to the modem and can set all kinds of policies. Upon them, the modem will send information to the cloud. Also with the edge logic, you can simplifying the cellular connection lifecycle management. And this will save you a lot of time and a lot of R&D efforts. Bottom line, it will save you money as well. Number 3 is the embedded security. Actually, we are providing end-to-end security between the modem to the cloud. That includes the device security, the transport security with a TLS between the modem to the cloud, and we have security features on the platform as well. Actually, we are providing a secure, pre-provisioned, and personalized cellular modem. Connectivity management. In the case that you will choose to use the Telit connectivity SIM card, the same platform can manage hardware modems if you are using Telit. And if you are using the Telit connectivity, the same platform is managing also the connectivity part. So we are providing a simplified connectivity management platform and integrated SIM with carrier switch option as well. The last element is enterprise integration. We are fully aware that in some cases, or in the most of the time, the information that the modem will send to our platform, you would like to send it to get it in your application server. So very easily with zero code, we can push data from our server to your server. It means delivering data to your enterprise servers, and we can integrate easily with minimum effort with all the well-known third-party business system and cloud servers as well. To conclude, OneEdge will provide and assist you with the following things. We can accelerate time to deployment and shorten the time to revenue, smoothly scale up deployments, ensure QoS to your business application as well. This is very critical to your business, of course. Optimize the total cost of ownership and process throughout the whole product lifecycle. Managing device is not just in the first week of deployment. It's from day one till the last day the units are in the field, actually. Enable intelligent communication in everything and advanced cellular device management as well. This is very critical functionalities that we have in the OneEdge. And of course, adapting to the new era of narrowband IoT and Cat-M. For example, the right protocol. Not every protocol is working properly on narrowband and Cat-M. And this is the reason we are using lightweight M2M protocol, and this is the most advanced protocol that is suitable for the IoT, and especially for Cat-M and narrowband IoT. So in today's webinar, we have David Ezer, who is GateTel founder and CEO. GateTel are working with Telit more than 15 years, using all Telit technologies we have to offer: the hardware cellular modem, connectivity, and the OneEdge platform. GateTel already using the Telit OneEdge in several projects, and in this webinar, they will share their experience with Telit products and services. David, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Omer. My name is David Ezer, and we are working with Telit for about 20 years, and we are doing projects in all the range of modems and software that Telit offer. What I'm trying to do on this webinar is to present an option how to do project quickly. So Telit have a lot of option to give you a easy way to continue to make a project. So I will show you now the history of the Telit modems, and the Telit modems started up with. Wait a second. Next slide. Okay. Sorry. This is. Okay. The standard way to do a project in the modem and cellular business is to have a microprocessor that runs a C program, and the microprocessor is controlling the modem and sending commands, the 80 commands that control the modem. This is the way that we now see how much it can be problematic in some ways, in two ways. One way is that sometimes you have a microcontroller that is very difficult to get in and to order. Right now, there are delays of even 20 to 15 to 20 weeks delay on delivery of the microcontroller. When you're ordering the modem from Telit, you're getting the microcontroller inside the modem. So you can run the program inside the modem, and you can save yourself time, and you can save yourself also the software is so quickly, you can use the software immediately to create a project. So Telit had a few options on their modems, and they begin with the Linux. We spoke about it 10 years ago. Then they go to the Python. We still have modems working on Python, and this was a wonderful platform. Then Telit moved to device-wise cloud and MQTT to Telit Cloud. They open it. Then they go to the software of AppZone, C application. That's what we're running now. Usually, this is a very quick option. The modem is used as a platform for the C application, and it's running very quick. I think that less than 100 micro per one options. The Telit then produce first of all, they produce the CAT-M modem, and the CAT-M modem also running based on AppZone, the C application. The AppZone is the beginning that's produced in Motorola that Telit was acquired 10 years ago almost. Then Telit opened a server, a cloud that's called OneEdge, and to the cloud we are using lightweight M2M. This is a very easy way to communicate with the cloud. So in a few commands, you can take anything that information that the modem is collected and transfer to the cloud. If you're using also the connectivity of Telit, you can also get the problems that you get in the cellular. You can see it all over it and over the platform. So this can help you out, create quickly a project and quickly to present to your customer a very quick software package. We also using Telit introduced not long ago Blue Mode BLE from Nordic that also can send an MQTT to the AWS and to Azure. So we can show you now a few projects that we did, and we can show you how quickly you can do it. For a case study, the first one is the street light control. The street light control is used for controlling cities and international highways are having new lights that call LED lights. So these are very new option that they have. It's a very cost saving for the customer, for the cities, for the highways. So they prefer to use, instead of what until now there was like a RF or a LoRa or whatever, they use now they move to a cellular based on CAT-M or narrowband IoT. Usually it's a narrowband IoT, but in United States it's CAT-M. The units are controlled by we're running the software. If you can see on the left side, you can see the board, how it looks like. The antenna, the cellular antenna on the left. The top antenna is the GPS antenna, and from the right side you see the BLE with the antenna on board. So what's happening is that you can get from the OneEdge command, please turn on the light. The command is getting to the modem. The modem is transferring it to DALI connection. DALI is the connection between the modem and the driver of the power supply or the driver of the lab. So this is the one that we did. This is one study, and the software is made about 2 weeks. We made the basic software for this option, and we can present to the customer in 2 weeks how it looks like on the OneEdge. This is very quick solution. So I'm suggesting for somebody that doesn't know too much to work with hardware to make a project on the modem and to connect the modem through a board, external board, or somebody else's board that can connect a sensor or something like this. This can be done very quickly. The next case study, is about low energy. As we are working with the CAT-M and the narrowband IoT, the modems are saving energy and can be worked for over 10 years with the battery. We're having a unit that's called EasyPG. The unit is working on a battery that is 19-hour ampere battery, and this can be worked for 10 years, for example, to measure LPG tank or to measure temperature. We use it for a lot of projects on the agricultural and a lot of projects on the utilities companies, like water supplier that needs to be checked the pressure of a sensor that is in the middle of a pipe in the middle of nowhere. So this is again can be very quickly. We're running the software on the modem itself with Upzone. This is taking us about 3 to 4 weeks. We finish up the project and we are ready to present the customer again. It's in Telit OneEdge. And we also, Telit OneEdge is also optional to change it to Upzone, to device-wise, so you can get a dashboard that it's very easy to present to customer the result. It's not mean that the customer in the end will be using the result in this way. This is like what we showing a dashboard of device-wise of a customer that called Pelimeter. That's a customer that measure energy with pulses or Modbus. With pulses is a meter that is producing pulses like ABB, Siemens, and others. And Modbus is also a protocol that's running on RS-485, and this is running, the same thing is running on this. You can see that this is a dashboard that it's very easy to create. It's taking an hour to create the dashboard, not too long, and we can help you and assist you if you need assistance to do it quickly and to show some data immediately that you want to run on the OneEdge. Telit is providing the OneEdge as a platform that you can easily show to the customer. So the customer is registering to the OneEdge, and he immediately can get into the same thing that you see over here, something like a dashboard that is very easy to read. You can play it like you can play with the dashboard, as I said, with like a program that you can move things, open alarms, like if you need to send the customer, if there is something with too much energy use, you can send to the customer email or SMS to show him that there is a problem. This project is connected to another device that we have. It's a EZ863 Edge terminal. It's a terminal that's having connection to RS-85, RS-232, pulses, on inputs and outputs, A to D, whatever you want. There is in one piece, and this piece is working again on the modem itself. So rerunning, most of our software is not running on the microcontroller. They're using the power of the modem. The modem have a few megs of memory that can help you out and saving you a lot of money in the solution. Next one. For starting up a project, we're offering a very small piece of modem with a connection to pins that it's very easy to connect, and with SMA connection to the antennas. This is like a very simple solution for somebody that wants to run something like input and to show it on the OneEdge. So immediately you can use one of these pieces, open or close in a box, as you see, and we can help you out to figure out how to do it as quickly as possible. We will be happy to send you samples, whoever is interesting to use it, and to get some assistance from our engineers. They can assist you how to do a project. This is the box is connected to USB to your computer. In 1 hour, you can send information from something to the OneEdge and can show it in your website, on the website. This is my email. You're welcome to send me your opinion, and we will be happy to help you out. Thank you very much. I'm moving back to Amanda.
Thanks so much, David. Before we get to questions, I am going to drop one last poll to the audience. If you'd like to have one of our experts contact you, please respond here in the poll and someone will reach out directly. And as David mentioned, if you're interested in any of the GateTel products that he went over, please do reach out. We do have time for questions now, and there's still time to ask a question, so please feel free to submit to the box to the right of the slides. We'll do our best to cover it here. And we've gotten a couple so far, so I'm just going to dive right in. Omer, this may be a question for you. Please discuss the best practices for identifying and remediating cellular coverage issues at end user location.
Okay, thank you. So actually, we can have two options how to cover that. So from the cloud, you can set the modem and tell him, I want to get RSSI only if it's below certain thresholds. It means that as long as the coverage is good, the modem will not send it to our cloud because nobody needs to take care of that. But only once the modem feels, it's like a self-diagnostic, he feels like there is kind of a low-level warning of low RSSI signal level, only then the modem will send this value to the cloud. And on the cloud, you can set another logic with zero code to get an email. A specific unit in this area, in this technology, the RSSI is in that level, and the link quality is in that level. So you will be able to address. And from that, we will have some kind of a remote troubleshooting tool. I see also another question about what is the management protocol we support. So the protocol is lightweight M2M, a UDP, and we chose that protocol very simply because in a narrowband and also sometime in a CAT-M, you will have a very long latency in the network. MQTT, HTTP are a TCP-based protocol. They cannot handle high latency. So this is why we choose, one of the reasons why we choose lightweight M2M, which is more suitable also for device management. This is it for me.
Yep, thanks, Omer. Next question I see here. How can you calculate the amount of time a battery can hold with lightweight M2M protocols?
Okay, can I answer it, David? Okay.
Yep, sounds great.
The thing is that depends. You have a few things that affecting the time, the amount of battery that you need for. Let's say you're deciding that you need option for 3 years for certain project. First of all, you need it if it's preferable not to use battery. It's preferable to use a fixed power supply. But if you need, and you have a need for a location that is without power supply or something that it can be dangerous to use the power supply, so you can calculate it by thinking about, first of all, how long it will, what is the battery consuming in off position when people is not. People are using it for not in a certain time. And most of the time, the unit is really off positioning. So we are calculating our project in between 1 microampere to 3 microampere. So if you're using it just for keep alive, let's say, and one a day, and every keep alive will take 100 milliamp for about less than 20 seconds, you can calculate the amount of energy that you need. So we can send you a full calculation on one of our products, and you can calculate the same way that we're doing. But in general, you have to calculate the number of on offline, then in online for about 20 to 30 seconds, and this will be covering your calculation for how much battery that you use. I suggest to use bigger battery as possible. The cost of battery when you put it in the project, it's already high. So it's running from $5 to $10, but better to use it as much as higher, so not to save on the battery. So sometime in the life of the project, you need to do something and to send maybe on a certain day hundreds of messages. In this case, it's better that you have in the end a bigger battery, so your customer will not feel that you didn't give him the full yearly use of what you promised him. Thank you. Why two antennas? There's another question that's asking why in GateTel do we have two antennas. The first antenna is using for the Cat-M or the narrowband IoT. This is the nice thing about antennas that you're using on the Cat-M, on the narrowband IoT. You need only one cellular antenna. One cellular antenna is enough for receiving and transmitting. Not like if you're going to Cat1 or Cat4, this is the operator will force you to use two antennas. Two antennas is a bigger cost. Sometimes it's a bigger, you need more place to put the two antennas. So the first antenna, as I said, is a cellular. The second antenna is used for GNSS. All the modems of Telit, almost all of the modems on the Cat-M, are providing option that to use a GNSS. GNSS is important for all kinds of projects. Let's say for even the one that I showed you before, for the street light. Even that the street light is not moving, your customer will love to see the location of the installation. So it's a one use, but it's one use that giving you the location, the exact location. Then if something happens, you can also retrial and get it again. But this is giving you a location that it's very easy to find out where is the unit right now. Yes. The modem that we're using for with the Python programming, Telit not continue it to the 4G options. They did it only on the 3G options. This is because they lost a lot of there's a lot of memory needs for the Python, so they cut up a little bit the cost of the modem by reducing the amount of memory. So only on the third generation you can get Python. This is very easy to programming, fully programming as you ask, and it's very easy to be used. We can give you a small program if you want to see and to learn how to use it.
Great, thanks, David. I see one more question in here, which is, what is the cost saving for using a Telit modem instead of an external microcontroller?
Okay. Usually, the cost of microcontroller are about, they can run from $1 to $10, and even in today's market can go a lot higher. But it's not we can use all the time the microcontroller, the modem as a full. We cannot use it as a full project in the with the modem. So sometimes we need a microcontroller. The microcontroller will be needed only maybe for very quick measurement. Let's say A to D, that is measured very quick and high speed. with very high accuracy, like 16 or 24 bits, then you need a microcontroller. But for a general process like working with with checkout, input, output, the modem is enough by itself, and you can save, I estimate, an average between $5 to $8 in every project that you can see. This means that if your project can cost you a BOM of $50, you can go to $42 easy. This is very effective for some projects that the ROI is so low. You can show it to your customer and you quickly understand that it's very cost effective. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, David. I believe that's all the time we've got for today. So audience, please be sure to check your inboxes in the coming days, and we will send out the replay link for this. We hope you got some great information from Omer and David, and thank you so much for joining.